Hello, Sagittarius. So here is a reading for you. We're going to see what kind of is in your general energies currently. Take what works. What doesn't work just doesn't work. But let's see what the cards have to say. So let's see what's going on for you guys. So here first up we have the Chariot. Why do I feel like I'm hearing myself? Hold on a second here. I hope the audio is going to be okay in this. I feel like there's like an echo somewhere, or there's some kind of weird static or whatever, and I'm not sure where it's come. I got a new camera in, and I feel like everything has gone to hell. It's kind of pissy with some of my olds or my other things that I have to go with it, and now today the audio, there's some kind of, anyway, whatever. The show must go on. So anyway, so first up, we have, in what this reading is about, we have the Fool. And the Fool is clarified by the Chariot. Now, in your current energies, we have the King of Wands reversed, and we have the Hermit, clarified by the Hermit. In what is recommended to, what's coming in for you in the near future, you have the Five of Cups, and what your challenge is regarding the situation, you have the Knight of Cups, and you have the Devil reversed. Both are reversed. And what's recommended for you is Judgment reverse and the Hierophant. So... oh, and if you hear other weird noises, that's the dog. But anyway, so let's get to what's going on here. Sorry, guys. Now, in your current, whatever this situation is, you started a new journey with it. And I think the Chariot it was something that you were really enthusiastic about, and something that you knew you were going to face some obstacles, but you were determined, regardless of the situation, to overcome them. So it's definitely something that I think you have been hitting up against obstacles, but I think you've been kind of like overcoming them successfully. The Chariot is not without frustration. So whatever this represents for you, it's regarding a situation or a journey or something you're embarking on. And sometimes this doesn't need to even be something new. It just could be a continuation of a journey that you're embarking on. So, it probably is a continuation, because with the Chariot, I feel like you've probably been dealing with this for a while, and now you're still trying to figure out certain aspects with it. But in your current energies, with the King of Wands reversed and then clarified with the Hermit, the King of Wands reversed is somebody that could just not really be really in the game. Like, when he's in the upright, he's very confident, he's very able to plan, he's very strategic, he's very active, he's very like a real active participant with what's going on. But I wonder if you guys were an active participant in whatever this journey was, because especially with the Chariot, to me, every time I get the Chariot, I know I'm about to like expel or expend energy. Like, I know energy is about to like happen into something, because it's about really having to overcome obstacles, kind of go against some of the odds, and just having to deal with it. So okay, you know what? I wonder if that fixed the issue. No, hold on a second here. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I know I'm doing stuff and I'm screwing around at the same time. Let me see here. I think I might have figured out what was going on. Maybe. Okay, yeah. I think maybe that's helped it. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so sorry. Anyway, I gotta stay focused. This is me. Sometimes I like get a little sidetracked. I can't help it. Especially if I'm experiencing a problem, it drives me nuts. Like, I gotta figure out what's going on. And I feel like I'm having a weird moment here, my little desk area today. Anyway, regardless. So I wonder if some of you were really actively, obviously it's your journey, so you were actively participating in it, but I feel like some of you might be having a moment where you're just kind of worn out. The King of Wands reverse also could indicate somebody was being a little manipulative, like maybe they were trying to manipulate you for their gain or something, and it wasn't really the best interest for you, so it's something that you would need to be aware of if that's going on. And then the Hermit is like, you'd have to really go within and kind of just figure out either how you're going to deal with it, or how you can get around this situation or this person or something, or if there's a better way to deal with this type of person. But I think for some of you, I really feel you kind of, I don't want to say you burnt yourself out, but I feel like with the Chariot, you might have been hitting up against one roadblock to another roadblock to another roadblock. And I think with the King of Wands, you might be in a little bit of a drained energy. Like you're still in control, but you might be feeling a little depleted. Or maybe you're even unsure exactly of what to do next. So, because you might be getting in this mode where, I've done all this stuff, but I keep hitting up these damn roadblocks or something, or, you might be getting a little frustrated. But the Hermit is here to say that you need to really kind of go within. And I feel like you're going to find the answer within. Just take some time for yourself. Like maybe even kind of take a break, but kind of reassess something, because maybe something with this has changed to a certain degree that maybe you want to alter your trajectory in a way. Because in the King of Wands upright, I see him as a guy that like he's gonna, if he needs to change, he's gonna change. Like he's gonna, no problem, whatever, he's gonna do his thing. But I think in the reverse, it could be something where he might not be easily as flexible as he would be as in the upright, because I feel like you might be a little more now, but I feel like you have to go do some soul searching a little bit. Maybe that whatever this is, you're finding certain things out that you're now like, maybe this isn't quite for me. But what's coming in for you is the Five of Cups. Now, the Five of Cups is about looking at the things that you don't have or the bad things of the situation and kind of being sad about it a little bit. But the Five of Cups is always telling you that, you got to look also on the bright side of stuff. So I think that with some of these obstacles and maybe you feeling a little bit like, I don't want to say aimless, but not entirely sure what you're doing next, or maybe you're realizing that this might not be quite the situation that you thought it was going to be, or it's not turning out the way that you thought it was going to be, that you're feeling a little bit unhappy about it, which is, it happens, so, but your challenge regarding this situation is the Knight of Cups reverse and also the Devil reverse. It's clarified by the Devil reverse. Now, the Knight of Cups reverse is like you're almost like blocking your emotions. You're blocking like your opening of the heart. Maybe there's something or somebody that you need to communicate to and be a little bit more honest about, or a little bit more like with the emotions in a way. Express your emotions a little bit, but you're blocking that for some reason. It could even be that you're scared to get hurt anymore, or you feel like if this Five of Cups energy, this kind of sadness is coming in, that you don't want to take on any more pain, so you're kind of shutting down in a way. But to clarify the Devil here in reverse would be saying that you need to release that, because the Devil in the reverse is like kind of like you need to kind of just release certain things that are not working for you, or that are restrictive, or kind of too a little too good. Sometimes it's good to have fun, but there's like sometimes you have a little too much fun. So I think this is saying that you need to kind of, the things that are, I feel like with the Devil, I feel like you always know it's kind of like a little bit of a devil. You kind of always know. And I always see him as a teacher. And it's funny that he's here and also the Hierophant. These two guys, they always seem to come out together like often, at least lately. But to me, they're both teachers. They just teach different things. The Hierophant is a more of a structured kind of, societal type of energy, you kind of do it this way or whatever. And the Devil is like, we're just going to have a good time today and we're going to see what happens. But the Devil is one of those very, you don't realize you're being taught a lesson. You might not realize anything, that it might just be, but you learn a lot about yourself when the Devil's involved. Unfortunately, for good or bad, you learn a lot about yourself. So, but I think this is saying that certain aspects that are not really serving you, you need to let that go. And I think the Devil here could also be about like anxieties or fears or whatever, because the Five of Cups, you might be looking at the situations with this that weren't really working well, or you're a little upset about. And I think that I really kind of feel like this was something that you were very passionate about, whatever this represents for you. Because with the Knight of Cups here, it's still the Knight of Cups, and it's about like a dream. This is something that you love, or your heart, you led with your heart. And I feel like anytime you kind of have the Chariot involved, especially with the Fool, with this new journey in the Chariot, these two cards are about a journey, and they're both going to hit up obstacles. But the Chariot has this like sheer determination that he's going to get to his end goal. Like nothing is going to stop this guy. So I think that I wonder for some of you if this was a really heartfelt endeavor for you, and maybe things have not quite gone the way you thought they were going to go, but it's something really connected, something about a passion or just something with your emotions, your heart. But I think that there's aspects that you need to release, maybe certain even things in your life that are causing you to kind of be a little bit like closed off now. And it even could be like other people telling you that you have a dumb idea or whatever, this is stupid, you're the naysayers or whatever. But I think you need to kind of release that. And I think the devil's here kind of clarifying that that's something that you need to release, things that are not really working well for you. And it could even be aspects of this situation. Because sometimes there's different ways to do something regarding whatever this represents for you. There's always different kind of ways to do something. And I'm just getting like, I wonder if you're, I don't want to say that you're tunnel visioned. I'm not saying that. But I wonder if like, because the King of Wands here in reverse, I love this guy in the upright. I just feel like he doesn't give a damn what the problem is. He's going to solve the problem. Like he wakes up in the morning hoping he gets an issue, because I see him as such an active participant in his life and like somebody that's just really going to like just whatever, try it any kind of way and open to trying things any kind of way, you know, because he likes to learn different things. And I just see him as very strategic, but not necessarily in the mind game kind of strategy, but in like the actual doing kind of strategy. And sometimes that takes practice, and a lot of times you screw up as you're doing that. But I think because this is in reverse, I feel like there's been some, and then you have the cups here, something has just not been quite what you thought it was going to be, and I think it's hitting you a little hard. But what's recommended for you, you have the Judgment in reverse and the Hierophant. So now I feel like with the Judgment here in reverse being recommended, I think this is trying to let you know that whatever this was, you were trying to almost like, I don't want to say spiritually evolve, because the Judgment, it's, to me, it's the card of becoming a zombie. I don't care what anybody else says, but to me, like, it's the card of the zombie. Like, you were a person, right? The living. You were the living. You were definitely the living at one point. This is a zombie's tale here, I should say. The zombie was once a living human being, right? And then something happened, and they transitioned, and they awoke, and they've been enlightened into the zombie lifestyle. So I feel like this is how I see it. So now the things that they had to deal with as humans, as people, like going to work 9 to 5 or whatever, the kids, they don't care about that anymore. They have like other priorities now, like brains or whatever, you know? So they've enlightened, they've evolved, and their involvement or whatever, they'll never go backwards. Like they're always going to now be the zombie because they've evolved. So it's about kind of evolving. And I think here this is saying that somehow you were evolving, but I think you need to be aware that you're somehow blocking your expansion. If whether this is the mind or something, you're somehow blocking something within yourself, and you need to be aware that you're doing it. Because sometimes when we're aware, it helps us kind of, you know, navigate it a little bit better. So I think the Judgment here in reverse being recommended is that you're almost blocking yourself to a certain degree. And it could even be just with this 5 of Cups, this kind of, and this Knight of Cups, like kind of staying closed off, you know, not really pursuing a passion or not having your heart open to other opportunities. It could be like you had a little heartbreak with something, you know, maybe certain things didn't go right, and now you don't want to give again. But I think that's you blocking yourself for really a potential growth possibility in the future. Now, and then with the Hierophant here, clarifying this, I think this is saying that there might be some type of help regarding like I don't want to say societal structures, but there could be like a mentor or a spiritual person. It could be even on YouTube. You don't have to go anywhere. You could sit on your, you know, on your couch and listen. There might be something that can kind of help you or help guide you through this a little bit. Whatever this it represents for you, I think that there's someone, I think this is saying that there's some type of person or whatever out there somewhere in the world or the internet, whatever works, that may actually help kind of guide you or help your mind a little bit or soothe your soul while you're going through this. So I definitely think there's some kind of guidance here, because I think with this coming with the Judgment in reverse, I think you're definitely supposed to be kind of embarking on your enlightenment, your kind of expansion, your kind of growth, your personal growth. But I think that this is saying that you might be having problems doing it yourself. That's why it's in reverse, that maybe there's somebody or something out there that can help you with that. So maybe be on the lookout for that. But let's see what else we get for you guys. Okay, guys. Hold on, I feel like there's a reason. Maybe the interference stopped now. I wonder if that thing was touching this other metal thing and it was causing it to, I think I don't hear it now. I wonder if that was the issue. Because sometimes these things, all these electronics, if they get a little too close, they start to get like a little pissy or whatever. And especially there's like a storm outside, so I wonder if it's just a lot of stuff going on, but I'll figure it out, whatever. Anyway, moving on, guys, moving on. So first up, we have Brown Bear Spirit, Take Time Out. And I really think that this is kind of going with this Hermit. I think this Hermit here is to kind of recommend that maybe you take a little time, do some soul searching, figure some things out. Because I think whatever this is, I think it's something that's actually good. I just think you've been hitting up against obstacles. You feel maybe a little bit out of control of the situation, or you're dealing with somebody that's, I don't want to say a little manipulative. It could be somebody manipulative, but I feel like whatever you started, I just think that you had this real good oomph with it, that, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to, against all odds, I'm going to make this work. And I think that you hit up against some obstacles or certain things happen with it, and now you just almost don't know quite how to proceed forward. And I think you need to go within to figure that out, or figure out even if you are on the right path. Sometimes we realize we try things out, we realize, no, this is not really for me, and then you have to just kind of adjust your trajectory in a way. But I definitely think if you're starting to feel a little upset, you just need to let certain things go, and definitely just take time out, figure it out. Don't see this as a full-on disappointment, because I definitely think this is, whatever this is, it's actually going to be benefiting you. I just think that you might have hit up against a little hiccup right now, but I think that this, whatever this represents for you, it's something that you're almost like you're bettering yourself. That's what I get really here with this, but I think that if you need help, I think the Hierophant here is saying, because this is recommended, that if you can't do this alone, whatever this represents for you, that there's some kind of help out there to help you figure it out a little bit better, or help you through it. For some of you, I feel like this could be some type of self-improvement. But for others, I feel like this could even just be something for business. Like you could have been, I'm gung-ho, I'm doing this, and now, but I don't think this is saying give up. This is just saying sometimes you got to figure it out. That's all life is figuring it out. It's one big troubleshooting experiment. Anyway, next up we have Selenite, Clear the Clutter. And I think that some of this could be clutter in your mind. And this even could be things that are not like, because the Devil here is reversed. You might have to let go of things, behaviors, habits, whatever, that are just not working for you. Because I wonder if some of this, drug, sex, and rock and roll type of behavior, I'm not saying that's your behavior, but this kind of concept here of having a little too much fun, or even the anxieties, like the kind of keeping yourself very stuck and just kind of enclosed. I wonder if clearing out even some of your mental clutter as well is going to be very beneficial to you right now. Now we have these guys came out. First, we'll go with this one. Hand of Cards. Take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, gambling. It says take a chance. I think I said take a risk. Whatever. It's the same thing. Anyway, See, the King of Wands, I think personally, I feel like he's my little risk taker kind of guy. So I wonder if some of you are now trying to also play it safe. Because something's happened where you're just like, you're doubting yourself almost. But I think that you need to continue to get out of your comfort zone. But I think there's some help, or there's some something out there that actually can help you through this a little bit better. And stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. I really feel that some of you, the stabbed in the back energy is because of whatever has happened that is kind of prompting this Five of Cups, is kind of feeling down, only looking at the things that you've lost. And your challenge being the Knight of Cups in reverse. Like, I think that there's something that has happened that now you just don't want to really like put yourself out there again. But I think with this take a chance, it's like, don't stay stuck. Do not stay stuck. Because I think whatever you were doing, it's definitely good. It's just, you know how it is. Things don't always work out great. And sometimes they should work out great, but something happens. But sometimes these are like life lessons as well. Because you have the Judgment here recommended, regardless that it's in reverse, I don't even care. But I think this is saying that, like, I think you're almost on like a verge of the breakthrough that you really started out trying to get. But for some reason, you need some type of other, I don't want to say help, but something else to help you with this, to kind of push it forward. And I think within that, sometimes you realize other things. So it might be even like an expansion of your mind or your horizons a little bit in certain degrees. Now, it says, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart and give and receive the highest energy of all. And this is definitely going with the Knight of Cups. Your challenge here is like, if you have to release, because the Devil in reverse can also be about releasing fears and anxieties and things like that, things that are holding you back, holding you stuck. So I think some of you just, you need to kind of keep your heart open. You know, I know you've been hurt. We've all been hurt. Some people have been hurt more than others. But I think like you need to kind of give this a chance. You also have trust. The light in you cannot be dimmed. And that's beautiful. So I want you guys to remind yourself that you can trust. And obviously you can't trust everybody. But I think you need to even start trusting yourself. Because I really feel like with this King of Wands reversed energy and this Hermit and this old Five of Cups, I wonder if some of you kind of, your own faith in yourself has been shaken. Like the purpose that you started this journey or this thing or whatever you're doing, and we're kind of really sure about it, you're gonna do it. I think like for whatever reason, whatever's happened, you kind of got shaken a little bit and you might not know exactly what you're doing. But I think you need to kind of just remind yourself that you can trust yourself, and I'm sure you have people in your corner. Hopefully you have people in your corner that really want to be in your corner and have your back. Not all the time, though. Not all the time. I know it, guys. But just don't dim your own light. You know, you are here, because even with the Judgment in reverse, this is like dimming your light. You know, you don't want to do that. I think there's things out there that can help you kind of re-spark this Chariot, whatever you're determined to do. I think there's things out there that's going to kind of like help you with your little push on that. Now you have property, a property purchase or sale for many, but heed security concerns in any transactions. So for some of you, this could have been something to do with like traveling or property or kind of something like that. And then you have reinvent yourself. A transformation is taking place. Enjoy the new lease of life. And this is definitely going with the Judgment here and the Hierophant, because the Hierophant, he's like a spiritual teacher as well, you know? And honestly, the Devil here, man, he's a teacher too. I don't care what anybody says. This guy is a teacher, right? This guy is the teacher, a hard knocks kind of teacher. You know what I'm saying? He's fun, but then all of a sudden it gets kind of like, oh yeah, this is not really good anymore. So, but you're going to learn. You're definitely going to learn with this one. He don't play. He's a sneaky kind of teacher. But I think this is saying that I really feel like you're really learning about yourself more, your capabilities, I don't want to say your restrictions, but things you're good at, things you're not good at. But I think you're in this kind of place where you're like in the birthing pains almost of your own self. So, okay. So next up we have heart chakra, compassion. Resolve your conflicts with compassion. And I really think that you need to have compassion for yourself here first, because I really feel like there was some kind of heartbreak or heartache or something that you've been upset about that's kind of really prevalent with you guys at this moment. But I just think that lead with compassion, you know? And maybe for some of you, you're trying to forgive somebody that almost doesn't deserve it a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know, I'm kind of getting like different things, you know. I kind of feel like you guys got screwed a little bit. And I don't think, to me, this isn't making you like bitter people. Like, I don't see this as that. But I think sometimes, like, I don't want to say like take pity on the other person that had to like screw you over if this resonates. Like, I'm not saying that, but I think part of the enlightenment that we go through in life is to understand that sometimes people do kind of like shitty things, and like you don't have to do shitty things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be on that kind of level. So, and it's almost like sometimes I think that they're like missing things within themselves or their soul to be like that type of person, to do that kind of stuff. So in a way, not give them compassion, but just like give yourself compassion, because like you had to go through it, even though they're never going to really understand, because like their brains aren't wired that way to actually experience compassion. I think that's what I'm trying to get here. So kind of feel bad for them in a way, but avoid them. Definitely avoid them. So, but you might, if there's some kind of conflict, even within yourself, you should, you know, always the compassion is a good thing. Now, with your affirmation card, we have, today I am brave. Today I will step up to every challenge with courage, and you can do this. This is definitely the King of Wands. Like, he wakes up in the morning and when he's in the upright, and he probably has this on his phone, like his lock screen on his phone and his background on his phone. It's definitely, today I am brave. Today I will step up to every challenge with courage. And this guy, like, also with the Chariot, he's brave too, and he's going to step up as well. So I definitely think, like, and I even feel with the Hierophant, because the Hierophant, to me, he had to get to this role, and it wasn't easy. I don't think that this was like an easy thing. He had to really go through a lot of self-discovery, at least my Hierophant. I don't know about anybody else's Hierophant, but my Hierophant right here, this teddy bear Hierophant right here, he had to go through a lot of self-discovery, and I always see him as a person that would be compassionate to others, you know, because he's spiritually evolved. So I think this is really, really great, especially if you're kind of doubting yourselves a little bit. Next, we have, with your little Bob Ross quote, we have, I really believe if you practice enough, you could paint a Mona Lisa with a 2-inch brush. Now, I think this is saying sometimes you just got to use what you got. You know, if you believe you can do it, even if you had a 2-inch brush, you could, Bob Ross thinks you could paint the Mona Lisa. And he's probably right, but it's going to take patience, and it's going to take like one of those like you know, those like a magnifying glass or whatever. But anyway, so I think this is saying that you have the ability to kind of push through whatever obstacles with the 5 of Cups here, whatever the Knight of Cups reverse. You have the abilities to do it with what you have. And even if you don't have a lot, you could still do it. You know, it's about like the mindset too. Now, you have trust that an ending is followed by new beginning. So here we have another thing about trust. So I definitely think that some of you kind of took a hit with something a little bit. But I really think that you're going to be emerging much stronger from this. And I feel like this is something that, because you have a lot of major arcanas here. You have the Fool, the Chariot, the Hermit here, the Devil, Judgment, and the Hierophant. I feel like this is really like, really soul searching kind of energy. Like, they're very like reflective, because if you think about, the Hermit is about finding your inner self, thinking about yourself. You're trying to figure things out within yourself. The Devil, man, he's the teacher. I already told you guys. The Devil's going to teach you. You're not realizing that you're learning a lesson, but you're about to learn a real hard lesson sometimes. But you're going to learn more about yourself. You're going to learn more about your shadow side, you know, the good things about you, the bad things about you, you know, you're kind of like triggers or whatever. So you're going to learn with the Devil. And Judgment is all about kind of moving beyond certain things. And then in the Hierophant, he's also a spiritual teacher, you know, but he's a different kind of spiritual teacher. So I definitely think that you're going through changes. You're definitely, guys, you're going through changes. Next up, we have the divine in me honors the divine in you. Dang. Namaste, bitches. So there you go. And for your little stress relief and self-care card, we have Wusa, objective. The joy of doing nothing. It's not always necessary to fill up every moment of the day. Take 5 minutes or so and lie flat on the floor with your legs stretched out and your eyes closed. Use a light blanket if you prefer. As you lie there, let your muscles loosen. Feel the weight of gravity as your back touches the floor. Pretend you're lying on the beach. Soak up the sun and listen for any sounds. Breathe deeply, fully, and immerse yourself in this experience of doing absolutely nothing, and notice how refreshing it is. So that is wonderful. And I feel like that's going with the hermit, you know, not doing too much today. Now, for the spirit of the dish that will be with you during this time, you have two spirits because you got a lot going on. So we have two spirits for you. So you have the fallen, which is the spirit of the apple. And you also have the Knight of Mains, which is the spirit of the spaghetti and meatballs. Okay, so for the dinner and a movie that's recommended for you, oh my God, you have the Italian, which probably goes with the Knight of Mains, the spaghetti and the meatballs. So some of you, there's a message here for you. And you also have comedy films. And I think this is just saying that you just have to have a little fun, you know? A little comfort food, a little fun, have a few laughs. So, oh my God, you guys got two Aries. Now, this is the energies that you could either be dealing with, you know, zodiac signs, or the things that you need to either tap into or be aware of. So you got two Aries signs. And Aries is all about that energy, initiative, that kind of like that spark, that doing something. They're kind of also a little bit like, I don't want to say a little stubborn sometimes. I'm an Aries, and so like, you know, I kind of know this stuff firsthand. But they have that energy where it's like the beginning, you know. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and they just kind of like it's like I'm here, bitches. Like I am here. There was no zodiac signs before me, and all of a sudden I don't know how I'm here, but bitch, I'm here. So it's kind of that attitude that like you're here, you're doing it, you know, you're showing up. So take that how that resonates. Anyway, you also have here, we have Jupiter, which is about expansion and good fortune. And you also have your south node, which is about things that you need to release, like things in your life that needs to be released. And because you have the devil here in reverse, this is all about releasing stuff. So there's stuff that you definitely need to release, and there's aspects you need to embrace. Now, we have the first house, which is about your appearance, ego, interest, and the self. And the fourth house, which is about home, intuition, parenting, and children. And the special guest, you have number 4 here, which is a even number. So that means the special guest that'll be answering your questions today, Sagittarius, will be Mr. Predicto. Think of those questions. He'll be out here shortly. You have R, W, F, G, and you have 3, 5, 6, 7, 1. Oh my God, and you got this little guy here, which is a little lightning bolt. So I think this is about kind of like quick movement, but it's also about focusing on something. So I wonder if, because the King of Wands in reverse, you might be currently almost like not really sure what to focus on. You might be a little scattered. You're not really quite sure. So maybe to help you through this, you need to focus on, maybe give all your attention to like one thing at the moment. And sometimes like that kind of helps you unravel the rest of the mess in a way, you know? So there might be something that you just need to kind of focus on or kind of move a little quickly with. And I feel like that's something that you're gonna kind of know. And you got 2 ones that wanted to come out. So you have health and passion. And I really honestly feel like some of you, this is some type of thing that you're either doing for yourself to kind of improve yourself in some degree, or something that you feel is almost like good for your health. But sometimes when you're happy, it could even be you pursuing happiness, because when you're happy, that's great for your health. But I definitely think there's some type of passion here, because especially with the Chariot, with this new beginning, the Fool, this journey, I think there was something that you're really passionate about and you were excited about. And I think something has happened to kind of almost block some of that, but you're going to get back to that. Okay, now it is time. Here he is. Think of those questions, Sagittarius, and we shall ask. Oh, Mr. Predicto, the most accurate prediction device to ever run off of batteries. What is the answer to Sagittarius's question?
I am confident it is no.
He said he is confident it is no, just in case you didn't hear him. Mr. Predicto is a man of many words, and those were the words he chose to speak here today. I hope you all have a wonderful day, week, month, year, lifetime, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.